Greetings. This is Pillar Nexus, the Ancient Gladiator, with more Pillarless tabletop games. Today with Black Box, the ultimate game of hide and seek. This particular copy I picked up at a thrift store, so the number of pieces might be off. But ultimately, it's playable in this condition. So there will be two players. One person is trying to figure out where these are hidden. In a standard game, there's going to be 4. A more challenging game can use 5. To do that, the other player has recorded where they are located on their card, and will use it to answer where what happens as the player seeking them out chooses where to launch their invisible rays. So for demonstration purposes, I'm going to put these where the example game has them. So if a player chooses a number and it goes straight to where it's going to be, the hiding player is going to say it's a hit and will be tracked with a red marker. Now, there's no way of knowing for sure where exactly it's going to be on that row. Alternatively, it might bounce off corners as well. And you might not realize that it's bouncing off corners until the solution's revealed. So let's say they say 6. It bounces off this corner, it bounces off this corner, and goes in this one. So they'll say it's a hit, but they're still going to have to figure out how it got to that hit. If a beam would bounce off corner and bounce straight back, or hit a corner before even leaving, it'll be said reflection. Now, it's entirely possible that it just straight up misses. Let's say it goes 25 or 16. You just say miss, and it'll just go straight across. And they'll have that clue that this row is going to be completely empty. They don't have to worry about it. Another thing that can happen is the detour, where it just, let's say 13, bounces off the corner, goes over here. Okay. And it said 5. So they're probably going to figure out this pretty easily at that point. Ultimately, what you're trying to do if you're trying to figure out where these are is use as few clues as necessary to place them. After you've settled on placing these and said, this is where I think they are, the hiding player will reveal, and the score will be as follows. Every little token used for your clues costs you a point. Or it counts as 1 point. Every one of these placed in the wrong spot let's say you placed it there somehow, will be another 5. If, in reviewing The clues that you got against where the actual solution is, you realize, hey, you gave me the wrong piece of information, then you reduce by 5 points. And then that total is your score, and the lower the score, the better. And then places switch. The other player gets to decide where to hide these. I'm recording it. And the other player's going to have to figure it out. And they're going to have to do better to effectively win the match. The game also features in addition to its rulebook, solitaire puzzles. So you decide which game to play. If you pick one of the last 10, there will be 5 locations to figure out. And then you'll declare where you're shooting the ray in, like let's say 30, and you'll look up on the 30 table. And depending on what game you're playing, that gives you your clue. Why do I like this game? This is kind of a treasured memory from a time when I was little brother in the Big Brother program. So there's a bit of nostalgia in that. But for the game itself, I just like the whole logical challenge involved. There's some crazy things you can do to mess with your opponent, and you know, the way you set things up, like you go like 7 and you tell them, 21, are they gonna be able to come to that conclusion off of that alone? Probably not. It's probably going to take some crazy guesswork. The thing is, trying to use up all your clue space is going to be counterproductive. But if you try to do too much guesswork, you might lose points that way as well. You can also, with no clues whatsoever, try to big brain your way into figuring out how your opponent thinks. And try to guess with no clues whatsoever. And think, I know you. You're going to set it up like this because you're that kind of person. And who knows, you could be right. Depends on how well you know them. But I think this is a very interesting challenge of a game. It is entirely replicatable with having 2 sheets of graph paper. 1 sheet per game. Torn in half. Each player gets 1. 1 half for seeking or hiding. Yeah, this is a game from 1978. Yeah. But really, it's just a timeless idea, I think, of challenging players. If you think this is an interesting game idea, get some graph paper and some pencils and try it out with your friends. Or a spreadsheet program or something. But anyways, just check it out. It's Black Box. It's cool. This has been Pillar Nexus. Thank you very much for watching.